sound like y'all stayed there longer than I did. All right. Habadigani? It is really good to have you all here. As you may know, we are in where? Malcolm X College. And as you may know, this marks the 100-year birth of Malcolm X. 1925. There you go. There you go. So we're coming up on celebrating Malcolm X. How many people was here yesterday? Cool. How many people, let me ask this and get it out the way. How many people here celebrating Kwanzaa for the very first time? Y'all give them a strong round of applause. Good to have you with us. Good to have you with us. Yeah, very good. And so yesterday, I had said that come prepared to share your favorite proverb. Thank you. Somebody remember. All right. There you go. So how many people of African ancestry brought their favorite proverb or their mother or father wisdom? Right? Because I was raised off of proverbial wisdom. My mother gave me a proverb for everything, including standing on stage. And the one thing she said is that the people came to see the acts, brother, not you, sir. Yeah. So how many people brought it and got a proverb ready for me? One. Thank you, sister. I know everybody over here got at least one proverb, all right? So I want y'all, as the day continues, to think about a proverb. It don't necessarily have to be an African proverb, because we'll make it and turn it into African reality, you know? And a lot of things that our parents gave us, we don't really know where basically they came from, but we do know if it got anything to do with a tiger, it ain't out of Africa, you know? But we still receive the proverb, right? Because we understand it's probably the same characteristics of a lion, right? And so again, if we're dealing with a alligator, it's probably not out of Africa, but if you're dealing with a crocodile, it's probably out of Africa. Everybody good with that? If it's dealing with a polar bear, it ain't out of Africa. All right? Can we be sure of that? There you go. And so I like to say happy new calendar to everybody. Everybody looking forward to the new calendar, the next 12 months?
Yeah.
There you go. And so I say new calendar as opposed to new year because a year starting in the dead of winter is not very African. Is that right? Is that right? Right. We understand that as an African people, a new year actually starts in the spring when everything is coming back to life. There you go. Y'all with me? Yeah. We've been talking about being African for 6 days. Are y'all ready to stop? Well, talk to me now. Talk to me. Y'all been African with me for 6 days, now y'all ready to stop. All right, so but it's cool, as long as we have an understanding, because we have to remember what? When these other people came into power, they turned the world what? Upside down. Is everybody clear on that? Yeah. We gotta be clear on that. And so if we're going to operate in our right African minds, we have to study and we have to know. And as Malcolm, and as we celebrate and observe Malcolm this day and this year, Malcolm said what, y'all? Of all our studies.
Best qualified to reward our research.
History is best qualified to reward our research. And so if you want to know how and why you see what you see today, look back in history and it'll explain it to you. Everybody good? You want to know why you don't like chitlins today? Look back in history and find out. I grew up on chitlins. I had to grow out of that. But my history will tell me how I came to love them in the beginning. Everybody good? Yeah. All right, so I just want to, again, let's see how loud and live y'all are, because I want everybody to be awake for today. Oh, I got a quick question for everybody, a mistake I almost made this morning. Oh my goodness. We was talking about Ujamaa a couple of days ago, which is what?
Cooperative economics.
They both cooperative. The president is on it this morning. I am feeling that. Cooperative economics. I almost made the cardinal mistake of not spending my first penny with a black person starting my year off. Now, so as you're sitting there in your seat, and if you had your coffee this morning, did it come from a black vendor? If you haven't had, thank you, sister, if you haven't had your coffee or had an opportunity to spend $1 yet this year, make sure that your first dollar is spent with a black person. Give yourself a strong hand. Now, come on, make some noise. And starting to feel like a preacher now, Brother President. Start mentioning the truth, the church get right quiet. Okay. All right, but in real life, family, we're going to observe and celebrate these principles that we talk about during this time. We got to get serious about it, and we got to know when we are faltering, right? Baba Hannibal Afrique used to say, do not give external rationale for internal deficiencies. Right? Everybody with me? And that's what we quick to do. We quick to rationalize and justify our internal deficiencies when really we should face them and say, I could have did better. Everybody good? So I'm sitting, this is a true story, and I'm gonna get out y'all way. I'm sitting at a white restaurant, right? A non-African, it was Greek, right? I really love their breakfast. And I'm like, ooh, I'm en route to go eat breakfast this morning. I'm finna spend my first dollar with a non-African. Yep, right, the same thing I said. And so I sent out a text and my black mind goes blank. I can't even think of a black online business to do business with. And I do business with them all year round, right? And I couldn't come up with a single one. So I sent it to 2 groups and everybody sent me something back and I was able to buy me a book online before I spent my money for my food. So again, when I get out your way, I just want you to hold yourself accountable. Again, these are not 7 principles of Kwanzaa, but these are 7 principles that we use during Kwanzaa.
That's right.
There's a difference. Everybody good with that? Yeah. There is a fundamental difference. All right, so I say asante sana to you all. Clap it up for yourselves. Come on, y'all, make some noise. Make some noise. So, we're going to move forward with the program, and I just want to thank you all for getting here early enough for the opening ritual. And I say this, I think I've said this every day this week, because I want to really stress the significance and the importance that we understand that the opening ritual of Kwanzaa is what Kwanzaa is really about. The edutainment and everything, that's a word that black people created. It's a combination of education and entertainment together. Give it up for yourselves. Come on, y'all. You do know that every year, and if anybody know what it's called or whatever, you can share it with me. But every year they enter new words into the lexicon, right? And I'm almost sure edutainment is almost there. And whether they use it and accept it and acknowledge it and validate it or not, we don't even need that. We do that for us. I think that principle is Kuji Chaku, legal, something like that. Thank you. Yep, self-determination. And so, but the edutainment portion of this is really beautiful, and I personally really engage it and enjoy it and everything, and be wishing for an encore, right? But we have to know that the most important part of Kwanzaa is this opening ritual, this part where we come to discuss the significance and the importance of Kwanzaa, because Kwanzaa is this holiday that was created, this African American holiday that was created to introduce black people to their African selves. Because a lot of us run around and we know that we are black, but what we are not clear on is that we are African. And there's a difference between being a good black person and being a good African. Is everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
There you go. There you go. So I want you to just lend your ears, open your heart to receive the next portions of the ceremony. And this is our opening ritual in the Kwanzaa ceremony rituals. And to start us off, as an African people, we always welcome our ancestors into our space. And so I want to welcome Mzee Asafo Hini for the pouring of libations. Y'all welcome him with a strong...
May I have permission from my elders to speak?
Well,
Baragani? Imani. The libation ritual is one that goes back literally tens of thousands of years among African people, whereby we ask the blessing or the sanction of our ancestors for that which we are about to do. We understand that no matter how good we are, successful we are, etc., that none of us got to where we are by ourselves or on our own. We all walked along a road that was paid for us by someone who came before us. And so it's only right and fitting that we acknowledge those ancestors and invite them in to join with us. In the African community, there's belief that says no one is truly dead until there's no one else left who remembers their name. So as long as someone remembers your name, you're not completely gone yet. And therefore, we'd like to invite those ancestors in to join in with us in this celebration. Sifawo Te'ina Mumboyusi, all praise is due to the Black Creator. Sifawo Te'ina Taifoyusi, all praise is due to the Black nation. Sifawo Te'ina Wotewusi, all praise is due to Black people. Sifawo Te'ina Mababawusi, all praise is due to Black ancestors. In the spirit, Brother Imhotep, first multi-genius, builder of the step pyramids, father of history, father of medicine. We say and pour libation. In the spirit of Queen Kandeka, who stood at the borders of Ethiopia with elephants during Alexander, any other foreign invader to cross her borders, we say and pour libation. To the spirit of Queen Anne Nzinga, who fought against the Portuguese for 40 years and never allowed them to capture her country for as long as she lived, we say and pour libation. To the spirit of those who died during the infamous Middle Passage, to all those who never lived long enough to be a slave, we say and pour libation. To the spirit of all those involved with the Haitian Revolution, the only slave nation to free itself from slavery, to Bookman, to Christophe, to Toussaint, to Dessalines, we say and pour libation. To the spirit of all those involved with the establishment of Palmares, the largest independent slave community, maroon community in the Western Hemisphere. Over 200,000 people, and lasted for 99 years inside of a slave society. To a culturing, to Ganga Zumba, to Zumbi, we say and pour libation. To all those who fought against slavery here in the United States, Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Gabriel Prosser, David Walker, we say and pour libation. To the spirit of Sister Harriet Tubman, who made over 19 trips to the South, and single-handedly brought over 300 slaves from the South to the North without ever losing a single passenger, and said she couldn't have saved even more if they only knew they were slaves. We say and pour libation. To the spirit of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who gave us the national colors in red, black, and green, built the largest organization in the history of Black people worldwide. Over 4 million people inside the United States and another 2 million people outside the United States, without the benefit of telephone, television, telegram, any of the things we got today. To Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, we say and pour libation. To the spirit of all those involved with the Belozi Wazi, to Baba Hannibal Afrique, to Mama Koumba, to Mama Aminata Short, to Mama Cora Mayo, to Baba Okoro Harold Johnson, to Baba Kaid Marius Roberts, to Mama Fulani Stallings, to all those members of the Belozi Wazi, we say and pour libation. And to the spirits of all those who are in this room, as I point the mic in your direction, call out the names of your ancestors. Invite them in to join with us, please.
George W. Owens Sr., Elsie Owens, Will Spade, George Odell Owens, Vivian, Lois Owens.
And finally, to the children who will inherit the world that we leave them, we say and pour libation. Sante San, thank you very much.
And as we observe the principle of Imani today, I would like to welcome MZ Abana to the stage to discuss the principle of the day. Y'all welcome over with a strong, awake round of applause. Y'all come on, wake up. Let's make some noise.
Habagani, everyone. That's right. This is the last day of Kwanzaa, and the last principle is Imani. The focus of Imani is to believe in our hearts, in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. We must have faith, keep that faith. Since this is the last day of Kwanzaa, we have a special celebration called Karamu Ya Imani. In Kiswahili, that means Feast of Faith. So, once again, Imani means to have faith. Okay? Applying the principles of Imani in our daily life can be powerful to foster personal growth, strengthen our connection to our communities, and faith in ourselves. Here are some practical ways to practical ways to incorporate Imani into your everyday routine. Cultivate a belief in yourself. Start each day by affirming your capabilities and your worth. Remember, you are an African people, and we're very proud people. The first human beings on earth, that's documented. First people to give civilization and culture to the whole world. And that's proven through DNA, history, anthropological, archaeological. So know your worth. And let's carry this on to the new year. Set ambitious goals and trust in your ability to achieve. Challenge self-doubt and replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Meditate on your beliefs and your virtues. Maintain hope and perseverance during difficult times. And we're going to have some difficult times, but we're strong. We're going to meditate and we're going to believe that we will be the victors. Remember past successes when facing new obstacles. Use setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth. More importantly, join an African organization that's bringing positive changes in your community. And that's very important because we talked about for the past 6 days that we have to come together and create our own reality. We have to control our communities politically, socially, economically, educationally, and health-wise. We have to get all the mental illness out of our community, clean up our addictions, and move on to the people that we really are. So join an African organization. They're all over, y'all. They're all over. Pick one that you feel comfortable with. You don't like that one? Go to another one. But join something that's uplifting us. Because we in for some terrible times. It just started out. You know what happened today? Woke up this morning. Y'all know what happened in
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Right, okay. Okay, contribute to causes that you have faith in. That's connected with the African organizations. If you can't join, contribute. Don't make money. Save money consistently, believing in future beliefs. We have to save money, okay? Even if it's maybe $1 a day, save it. Think about things that you really need and the things that you're just spending money on. You know, we don't need the heels, you know. I'm not going to talk about nobody with the nails, but I'm going to say, I don't wear nails. I save my little $40 every 2 weeks. No shade, I'm just saying. Some things we don't need. Okay. Support Black-owned businesses to strengthen the community. We came here, everybody here came here because you really believe in African people. You believe in the success. That's when they came all the way here. Some people came all the way from the south side. If we really believe this, everybody here believes this, guys. So let's get it on. So when we come back in 2025, Kwanzaa, maybe we could have something about what did you do, or just maybe have a little bucket to just write and say, I did this. I did Kumba, Ujaman, Kujichagalil, Umoja, can't see that, Ujima, Nia, and Imani. You know, just drop it in the bucket. This is what I did. And be very proud of yourself. I'm done. Okay. I want to say the struggle continues and it ain't over until we win. Okay.
Luta Continua, Pomoja Tuta Shende, Mbili Shaka. What else am I missing? Billy Shaka, Uhuru Sauce. Y'all come on, clap it up again. Come on, y'all, make some noise. Let me hit y'all to something. If you don't make noise after they leave, I'm gonna ask you to make more noise. All right, everybody good with that? So get it out the way the first time. All right? So let me hear you make some noise. That's what we're looking for every time. There you go. That's what we're looking for every time. Next, we're going to move with the history of Kwanzaa and bring up MZ Esha. And welcome Sister Esha. Come on, welcome.
I know you all like Sister Esther. Yeah, that was my new elder name that I was just given a couple days ago. Yeah, but it's all good. Which one you want? Okay. Okay. May I have permission to speak? My elder Fred. I'm talking about y'all. How are you all doing this morning? All right. I was one of the people that was up a little late, so forgive me. But what we're going to do now is do what we call the reading. And you all been to church, so y'all know how this goes. But a tree with no root bears no fruit. Can I give you another proverb? Why are we talking about the roots? Because the history, the root of who we are must be known. And as our Bible, okay, I call them Nubians, I forget your name. As we talk about Kwanzaa, you have to know the root of it. Because how can you celebrate something and you don't even know where it started, the origins, why we doing it? This is what we want to do for you right now. So I'll be reading it so that you can get it precisely the way we want it conveyed. Is that all right? All right, so Kwanzaa is an African-American holiday created by Dr. Malana Karenga in 1966. It was the first and the only indigenous, non-heroic holiday created by and for descendants of African living people in the United States. And when I say African, I say it with a K. For those who didn't understand that, that means you don't spell African with a C. You spell it with a K in the middle because we are Pan-African people. We are around the world. There's nowhere on this planet we haven't been. So that's African Americans and living in the United States. It represents the circular relationship between an African past, contemporary, and social, economic, political struggle, as well as a continuous cultural, spiritual, and education development of us as what? African people. The word Kwanzaa, first fruits. It is a traditional harvest celebrated among agricultural communities of West Africa, the land area that most of us here have come from. But we did come before Columbus. That's right. but West African nonetheless. And we started here with Dr. Malana Karenga. He added an extra A to the word to distinguish it as an African holiday from the 1A to 2 A's for African Americans. Although the majority of the blacks in America are, urbanized, and may not have remembered our formal crops when we was on them plantations, but we do understand what it means to harvest. We are and have been involved in an ongoing struggle to not only survive, but to progress, developing ourselves. Therefore, Kwanzaa is a celebration of our past year's achievement, as well as an additional commitment, and a reaffirmation to continue to struggle and develop ourselves for our future, the real AI, African intelligence. That just came to my spirit, y'all. The ideas and concepts of Kwanzaa is developed out of the social theory. Now, I'm a community epidemiologist, right? We got our congressman, he knows that, he sees me in health all the time. But we create a social theory, and this theory was called Kawaida. Okay, my brother be making sure I get it said right. The only social theory that was created for us, by us. You all have to understand that. It was incorporated in the Kwanzaa as the primary value system, as we said, kawaida, the Nguzo Saba, which means the 7 principles of blackness. Now, we've gone over those principles, and you know, in order to remember something, you have to repeat it over and over and over and over again. So we're going to say Umoja means unity, Kujichagulia means self-determination, Ujamaa means collective works of responsibility. Ujima means collective works of responsibility. Ujamaa is cooperative economics and familyhood. Nia is purpose. Kaumba is creativity, which runs the world. And Imani means faith. Kwanzaa is a 7-day celebration, which lasts from December 26th through January 1st. So each of those 7 days can coincide with one of the 7 principles of the Nguzo Saba. So you know you would have emoji for the first day, right? And today is the last day, January 1st, which is Imani. There you go, y'all working with me. We're gonna, later on, you're gonna hear about what the symbols mean on the table, with everything and why it's there, and you're gonna get that explanation from my brother in a few minutes. But I just wanted you all to know that finally, Kwanzaa is a cultural holiday. It is deliberate. It is created as non-religious, because that's a problem for us sometimes, but non-religious holiday to avoid any exclusion or exclusivity except for African people. It is a black African concept. It has nothing to do with whether you celebrate Christmas or any other holidays that are out there. It has to do with what we celebrate here. So it's similar. We talk about it because, you know, you got other people's holidays that fall at the same time, but this one is ours, honey. We can claim this. It speaks to us. It speaks to our history, our culture, our tradition, our future as African people in America. When we're talking about this, know that it is you that make this the best holiday ever. African.
I'm here with Brother Coy.
No, we gotta go take a picture now.
We're down here at Malcolm X College, and Brother Coy wants to do some wonderful things for the congressman. He wants to sit back here, and he's going to speak about it himself. Hopefully, we can get him on this camera, and you can hear us. Brother Coy, what is it you want to do for Congressman Davis?
We plan to create a documentary on the history and the life of this valiant administrator of justice, and to make sure that his legacy goes forward and future generations will recognize the work that he has done. Congressman Davis has worked over 40 years in the vineyard developing programs and assistance for those in need. And we hope that we will be able to carry on that legacy by developing a documentary history of the work that he has done.
So when do you want to do that? I understand his birthday is in September, but we might want to do that during Black History or get it started.
We can get it started in January after the inauguration when he gets back from Washington D.C.
Okay, and we'll be covering him all over in Washington.
From January going forward, we'll be able to follow him around and get a sense of his contributions and the work that we're doing internationally, locally, and in the community.
And he was honored here today at Malcolm X College for some of the wonderful work that he has done over here in the community and for Malcolm X College.
The rebuilding of Malcolm X College is the result of his contributions and the work that he has done. What you see today is the manifestation of the vision that he had about Malcolm X College when it was changed from Crane Junior College to Malcolm X College, and it's one of the premier colleges, junior colleges in the whole world.
You know, we're so great to have you here at this Kwanzaa celebration with us on this day, and to sit back here and to talk about the congressman. He was here. He's about to come up in a moment, you know, and maybe we need to let him know some of the wonderful things that you're talking about doing. But you did something great too when you were in office in the state of Illinois. For some of our incarcerated brothers that was locked up, you got the governor to release so many brothers. I think President Biden trying to copy off of you, releasing all of these.
Well, I was instrumental in making a deal with the prison industrial complex to release a lot of the brothers that were known as C number inmates, and ultimately my legacy had to do with the development of the death penalty, the abolition of the death penalty. The bill that was passed that Governor that the governor took over was the creation of the work that I had committed my elected official tenure to.
And you know, and it was so great what you did while you were in there, but you didn't get credit for it. It was actually the governor that got all of the credit for doing it. You know, I just wanted to make sure that our community know.
I'm just happy that we were able to get the death penalty abolished. You know, absolutely, it was the work that the community had put forth, and he took credit for it at the last minute.
Okay, well, we're so great to be here, like I said, and this was the final day of Kwanzaa here at Malcolm X, Imani, and we happen to have Brother Clay over here, and I think Brother Clay might want to say something. You want to? Brother from Introspect, they be helping our youth go to school and everything. Come on in here, Brother Clay, and tell what you do over there at Introspect.
Introspect is a youth development agency. What we do. Introspect Youth Service is a youth.
Okay, that's the part.
Up the mic,
Dude.
Okay, now you got it.
You know, I haven't been interviewed.
So at Introspect, what we do at Introspect Youth Services is we supply youth college money for any black boy or girl that wants to go to college.
We don't
carry on the legacy of Silas Purnell.
We don't supply money. What we do is provide guidance and advisement. And we work with about 2,500 kids a year. We also provide pre-collegiate preparation through our Upward Bound program. And we have 5 Upward Bound programs and 3 talent search programs funded by the U.S. Department of Education. And as I said, we serve 2,500 youth, predominantly from the West Side each year. Thank you.
Let me get over here.
They'll know who you're talking about.
Right, cause I talked to this brother.
Yeah.
This is a microphone.
Oh, yes, sir.
This is for CAN TV, Global City Unity, and Exodus Trips. We got some information. We're here at Kwanzaa celebration, January 1st, 2025, and we got the great Congressman Danny K. Davis. And let them know what that K stand for again. Kenyatta. And there's something that reason that I stopped you, Brother Corey Pugh wants to do something special for you. Corey Pugh wants to do a documentary on you starting when you get inaugurated. I hope he can sit back here and explain, because we're going to be trying to follow you around a little bit.
All right. Well, we've been working with the Representative Pugh for years and years and years. He is a dear friend and quite honestly was one of the best state representatives that we ever sent to Springfield. But he got out of that business and is now in other kinds of development activity, promotional activity, making things happen, getting things done. And we certainly, anything that he's involved with, we'll be involved with it and be delighted.
Well, we got 2 great men over here from the West Side, and like I said, Corey Pugh wants to do this documentary on you, and he wants to start it on your inauguration day, and we're going to be following you around
All
making
right.
sure that we get all of it. I told him I got a nice piece that you did with the Peace Run last year over at Sankofa, what you did for the seniors over there.
And we have open house at our office on Sunday. We actually are being sworn in on day after tomorrow in Washington on the 3rd. But we have open house here.
And what time is that Sunday?
Sunday it starts at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
And
The address.
2815 West 5th Avenue, California and Madison Street. So we'll be doing that on Sunday.
Okay.
And we'll be doing open house in DC on Friday.
And Corey said some wonderful things about you before you got up here. And
Well, I am the manifestation of this man's vision.
Brother Benny is going back to Africa again.
December 5th.
And December 5th. He's been there before, and I think he was talking about it when he got there. He felt so good that he was about to come to tears to be there. You tell your story.
Yeah, you know, when you come off that plane, even the young kids meet you, one Africa, letting you know that we the same people. And they say Kwanzaa, meaning welcome, right? And then just to go on that tour, go to region, through Kumasi, Amino, where they got the slave dungeons at, something. They take you through that last door, no return, that our ancestors went through. And they let you know one of your ancestors went through this door. Yeah. And then they take us out on the Atlantic Ocean, outside that door, and they say this is where the ship was here, right here. And but I found out that they keep people at the bottom of that ship 3 to 6 months until they filled it up. Then they would go across the Atlantic Ocean and pass it. And then they said we was one of those people that descended that came through that door, and now we're going back through the door. And that's what really gets you when you know one of your direct descendants came through that door, and now he's going to come back through that door.
Brother Benny is also doing some wonderful things in our neighborhoods and in our communities. And some of our brothers that have been incarcerated, and they come back out and they got to get into different things. Benny is the one that's instrumental in doing wonderful things for them, helping them out in the neighborhood and communities, and spreading this peace and love. Matter of fact, he was going to different jails and different places, teaching and helping the brothers while they were incarcerated, not just when they come home. But he also did something with a police commander in the 7th district. The police commander told me he was trained by you on talking about peace and love and harmony, and how he attended one of your programs to get that. I forget the commander's name, but I do remember him doing that because I did a special with him on there also. So tell what you do for them brothers when they come home after.
Well, my organization, National Alliance for the Empowerment of the Formerly Incarcerated, and how we came about, a lot of guys would call me from prison saying they need to get up when they get out. And then when they get out, they would complain they couldn't get jobs because of their criminal background. So I called a meeting and about 47 convicted fellas showed up, 12 of them was women. And I appealed to them that we are the most passive group in this country. We complain about what we can't do as convicted fellas, but we're not in a real fight to change policies and legislation to relieve us from all these collateral consequences that we face. And so from there, we all became sworn in deputy registrars and went back to our respective community and registered every convicted felon and their families to vote.
You know, you don't just do that here in Chicago.
No.
You do that across the country. You know, and it was just something placed in your heart to step up and do those things, man. And it's something that's very needed in our neighborhoods and in our communities and in this world. And I want to thank you, brother, for doing those wonderful things. And matter of fact, when you go to Africa, you were over there for 30 days before? Or how long are you going to be there this time?
We're going to be there from December 5th up until December the 19th.
So, once again, thank you for coming over and doing the job that you've done for us over here in this world. Thank you, God.